U.S. military deals are not sufficient to reduce India's reliance on Russian arms yet, according to security officials and analysts. India's major weapons purchases now include provisions for joint manufacturing or technology transfer, regardless of the country involved. Russia's conflict in Ukraine has disrupted some military supplies to India, prompting the country to seek diversification and develop its domestic weapons industry. Over the past 20 years, India has purchased weapons worth over $60 billion, with 65% of that amount coming from Russia. India aims to order over $100 billion worth of weapons from its domestic arms industry in the next decade. While reducing dependence on Russia is a reality, India's priority is to become self-reliant and decrease its reliance on imports. During Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the U.S., India announced significant purchases of U.S. defense equipment, including GE engines and MQ-9B Guardian drones. The U.S. is now sharing military technologies with India and easing its access to them, moving beyond previous lip service. However, these initial moves are not enough to eliminate India's reliance on Russia due to stringent U.S. rules on sharing military technology. India's long-term goal is to narrow the technological gap with China, its rival, and reduce its dependence on Russian technology for traditional arms. Russia's war in Ukraine has delayed the delivery of weapons and equipment to India, including spares for fighter planes and the remaining S-400 air defense systems. India is diversifying its weapons purchases by buying from France, Israel, and potentially Germany, aiming to decrease its reliance on any one nation. Although these purchases will gradually reduce the share of Russian military technology used by India, it will take at least 2 decades. The U.S. export control system for armaments imposes limitations on technology sharing, which may frustrate India's cooperation with the West. The U.S. and India are not treaty allies, and India's access to technology sharing is not comparable to the AUKUS deal with Australia. Despite limitations, Prime Minister Modi's U.S. visit strengthened the relationship, resulting in defense deals and agreements on various fields. India's membership in the Quad alliance deepens its ties with the West but does not replace its long-standing relationship with Russia. The U.S. remains cautious about sharing military hardware and technology with India due to concerns about its partnership with Russia and potential implications. I would appreciate it if you would subscribe.